chapter 1, if you look at it from a practical standpoint, it's what I would consider as a theological menu board. When you, for example, when you go to a restaurant, the first thing they do is they hand you a menu, because the menu is designed to help you decide what you are going to enjoy at that particular restaurant. Now, if you're like me and you're a fan of the Cheesecake Factory, no pun intended, I don't need the menu because I happen to know where my favorite things are on each page. That's when you go there too much. So I don't even ask for the menu, because I'm like, in page 7 I want this, on page 13 I want this, and in the dessert menu, just give me the pineapple upside down cheesecake. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's pretty good. Don't do the red velvet. Don't do that. Hater. So it's a menu board that gives you two options that contrast each other. The psalm that begins the entire book of Psalm presents two distinctive possibilities that you can choose from. And it is strategically placed at the first psalm because it teaches us how God responds to those who seek him and how he deals with those who reject him. I want to tell you something. God has two responses. He responds to those who honor him, and he also responds to those who reject him. God never stays without a response. Somebody say response. So since the book of Psalm is a book of prayers and petition offered to God, the first psalm sets the standard for how we should approach God and how God deals with the character of a man before he blesses the life of the petitioner. So when you read Psalm 1, it's basically showing you how God responds to the character of someone before he pours blessings into the life of that person. Okay, let me say it again. It shows you how God responds to the character before he pours out blessings. There are 4 things I want you to note that are on the screen. So write this down real quickly. Psalm 1 is a psalm of instruction. Somebody say instruction. It's a psalm of instruction. So the psalm is giving us instructions on how to live. The second thing I want you to observe about Psalm, write this down if you're taking notes, it's a psalm of wisdom. Somebody say wisdom. It's a psalm of wisdom. The third thing I want you to note is that it's a psalm of advice. It shows us the difference between good and evil. And the psalm also shows us the character of the righteous and the unrighteous.